What is going on, everybody? It's the France, and we're here for a Smackdown live review for May 28th, 2019. June is right around the corner. We have one more thing to go this week before... Actually, this week's going to be hairy because we have NXT tomorrow night. We're going to do a prediction show for TakeOver 25 on Friday. Saturday unscripted, and then Saturday nights we're going to have NXT TakeOver 25. So this is just going to be another one of those hectic weeks. And we won't get back to just normal business until next week because as of me and others like Brian Zane, I am abstaining from doing Super Showdown. I don't believe that they should be going over there to do that, so we're not going to be doing that. And fuck WWE for all that. This, I would have to say, was way better than Monday Night Raw. Smackdown Live was better. We actually started off with action. Yes, there was a mini promo, but it wasn't one of those things where we had a promo to set up a match for later in the night or a match right away. We had a scheduled match at the beginning of the show. So different than what we usually see. We had a new 24/7 champion and then another new 24/7 champion, or a two-time 24/7 champion, as Elias' first championship in WWE is the WWE 24/7 Championship. Are you kidding me? That just tells WWE, the fans, that he is a loser. Now, one of the best parts of the night was not even anything that happened in the ring. Kevin Owens makes his way to the ring for the beginning of the show, and quite clearly, late day in Tulsa, Oklahoma, where they were at, you see behind Kevin Owens a white cardboard, a white poster that said "Save Us, Triple H." We're in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This isn't Chicago. This isn't New York. This isn't Los Angeles. And we're getting a Save Us Triple H sign. Just shows you how much WWE fans hate this shit. How much WWE fans hate what Vince McMahon has done to this company. We don't know what the ratings are for Monday Night Raw yet because of the holiday. It was Memorial on Monday. The ratings for Monday Night Raw will not come in till Wednesday afternoon. So hopefully those ratings went down because that show was god awful. 2 days after Double or Nothing. This show was not much better, but it's not hard to be better than Monday Night Raw. You had Bayley versus Lacey Evans on this show. The main event, Roman Reigns and R-Truth versus Elias and Drew McIntyre. I don't think 4 superstars from Raw came away with a Smackdown. I know Lacey Evans and Drew McIntyre were there. But I don't think I saw anyone else come from Monday Night Raw. I could be totally wrong, but I'm pretty sure I did not see anybody else come from Raw to SmackDown. Which is fine. Just because the wildcard rule says that 4 can come from each show, you don't always have to have 4 from each show, in my opinion. So, let's see here. I don't think so. No, I don't think we saw... No, I only think Roman Reigns and Lacey Evans were the only 2 superstars from Raw. I could be wrong. Kevin Owens, we go right to the ring for Money in the rematch as Kevin Owens makes his way out here. We see a video package showing what led to the feud from him joining the New Day after Big E got injured to him turning on the New Day 2 weeks later, a week and a half later, to the match at WrestleMania, not WrestleMania, but the match at Money in the Bank. Now, Kevin Owens says he was going to start the show off with Kevin Owens' show, but he couldn't think of anything worse than being in the middle of the ring in Oklahoma to give the Kevin Owens show to people who aren't worthy. Owens goes on and says he had nothing to do. Let me be clear. I had nothing to do with the attack that injured Big E again last week. A "You suck" chant breaks out, and Owens goes on about what the New Day can blame him for as everything that he has done, that he's actually done, from infiltrating the New Day, turning on the New Day, hurting Xavier Woods and keeping him injured, including Dolph Ziggler's win over Kofi Kingston at Super Showdown next week, which will happen because of what Owens does to Kofi Kingston tonight. Owens goes on ranting, and Tom asks if we could get the match started, which I saw on Twitter a lot of people like, Tom is the voice of reason, because this is just something that I was thinking and other things that people were thinking too. Let's just get the match on. You're out here, Kofi's coming out here, and we're going to have a match. Let this match start. We do not need to have a promo for both of these guys. Owens goes on. Owens mentions Ziggler can thank him by giving him a title shot. Owens is finally interrupted by Kofi Kingston. He makes his way to the ring. selling the attack on Raw, but can we get the pancakes to be dropped? You're disgracing the WWE Championship every time you come out there. Owens has beat you down multiple times. Dolph Ziggler has beat you down on SmackDown last week and Raw this week, but you're still coming out with a smile on your face, tossing pancakes like you're a fucking boy. You are the WWE Champion. Act like a fucking man. Drop the pancakes, get serious, and come out here and kick ass. Do not come out here flinging pancakes anymore. That's childish. Stop acting childish as the WWE Champion. If you want to go be childish, drop the title to somebody else, for crying out fucking loud. Kofi takes the mic and repeats himself about how Owens needs to stop lying, says Owens is not a good person, he's a liar. He goes on about how he will make Owens pay for everything tonight. And the bell rings and Kofi unloads on Owens on Owens to take control. Owens fights back and turns it around, but Kofi rocks him back to Matt. Kofi whips Owens over until Owens counters and drops him. Owens stomps away and keeps Kofi down. We go to commercial with Owens standing tall and playing to the crowd for heat while Kofi is down. Back from break and Owens, Kofi down the outside. Owens returns to the ring to pose. Owens goes back out and hits the senton to Kofi on the floor. Owens plays to the crowd some more and brings him back in for a 2 count. Owens works Kofi over some more and talks trash while keeping him grounded in the middle of the ring. Owens delivers a big clothesline and stands tall over Kofi as fans boo. Owens with another 2 count. Owens keeps Kofi grounded on the mat again. Kofi fights up and out, but Owens rocks him and knocks him back on the mat. Owens tries to rip Kofi's sneakers off again, but Kofi kicks him and stuns him. Kofi continues fighting back, but Owens knocks him down. Kofi sends him over the top rope to the floor. Kofi with another shot from the ring. Kofi runs the ropes and leaps out, taking Owens down to the floor for a big pop. Kofi brings Owens back in the ring and blocks a right hand. Owens blocks the SOS. Kofi blocks the stunner. Kofi blocks a super kick and hits the SOS for a close 2 count. Fans honestly thought that the match was going to be over right then and there. I didn't, because of course that's not his finish. Owens sends Kofi into the corner but runs into... Oh, we already did that. No, wait. Runs into a boot. Owens ends up blocking a shot and sends Kofi flying out of the ring, landing her on the floor because Kofi actually went onto the top of the turnbuckle. Looked like he was going to do some kind of moonsault or something, but Owens gets up immediately and just shoves him off, landing hard on the floor. Kofi sells the land as we go to commercial. Back from break, and Owens remains in control. Owens ends up dropping Kofi on his head and on the floor again. Owens with more offensive now. Owens with a second frog splash from the top rope. He actually hit a frog splash to the outside from the apron, and then he hit one from the top rope to the inside for a 2 count. Still can't get him away. Owens goes back up top, but Kofi kicks him in the head. Kofi rocks Owens a few times and climbs up and looks like he's going to go for a superplex, but Owens fights back. Owens headbutts Kofi to the mat, follows up with a big top rope swanton, but Kofi still kicks out and Owens can't believe it. Owens goes up with the pop-up powerbomb, but Kofi jumps over his head. Kofi comes right back and hits the Trouble in Paradise out of nowhere for the 1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston beats Kevin Owens in a pretty good TV match. I'm still not a fan of him coming out acting like a fucking fool, throwing around pancakes. But I will say that it's nice to see that WWE is doing the right thing and having Kofi Kingston's Trouble in Paradise protected. At least they're doing something right with his title reign. Have him come out here, hard-hitting matches, and you protect the finish. That is something that really irks me about any wrestling. There was some of it, Double or Nothing too, that I'm just sick and tired of seeing finishers being kicked out of. Back in the day, finishers used to be the finish to the match. You hit the Diamond Cutter, pin, 1, 2, 3. You hit the Jackhammer, nobody gets out of that. You hit the Razor's Edge, the Super Kick. You hit the Stone Cold Stunner, the Rock Bottom, nobody gets out. We see too many false finishes in matches that it kind of diminishes the whole reason behind the false finish. That needs to be taken out of wrestling completely. After the match, Kofi raises the title in the air as his music hits. We see Dolph Ziggler backstage watching the celebration, and we go to replays. We see Shane McMahon, Elias, and Drew McIntyre talking backstage. Corey says tonight is Shane McMahon Appreciation Night. Yay. Yeah, because when I watch SmackDown Live, I want to see Shane McMahon doing a 20-minute promo where he can't even, where it's just like, shut the fuck up, get a match going on, or get beat down or whatever. I don't want to see Shane McMahon out there cutting boring promos again and again and again. Carmella and 24/7 champion R-Truth are backstage. Truth talks about how people have been chasing him everywhere since he won the title, even at the dentist's office. You know how hard it is to get a cavity filled when people are trying to pin you. Truth hears someone coming and runs away with Carmella to the back. Carmella cuts to the camera cuts to Drake Maverick backstage hunting for Truth, posting with his wanted flyers everywhere he walks down the hall and puts a wanted poster on a door, and when he walks by far enough, the door opens and Carmella and Truth were in there. He runs off the opposite direction of Drake Maverick, and that is it for now. We will see him later. We go back to the ring, and out comes SmackDown Tag Team Champions Daniel Bryan and Rowan as Graham Hamilton does the introductions. Back from break, and Tom touts the WWE's 1 billion social media followers in a sonic fact of the night moment. Can I just tell you that WWE, their YouTube, which they do have a Twitch channel now, which they hardly use, their YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter accounts do not equal $1 billion. I guarantee $1 billion views. I guarantee you they had up, down, down in there, and Mandy Rose's Twitter, YouTube account. They take all of the company's Twitter, like all the social media from all the people under the WWE banner, whether it's like a Twitter account, an Instagram account, a Twitch account, a YouTube account, all of that to add up to the social media. So WWE itself does not have 1 billion followers. That's just a bullshit. Just like their numbers for WrestleMania, their attendance numbers for WrestleMania. This was bullshit. We go to the ring and Kayla Braxton has a mic with Brian Rowan. I can't believe I said Byron Saxton. They have requested this time, and she asks what they want to tell the WWE. Brian says the WWE Tag Team Division is a joke. You're telling me the fact that you had the Revival and the Usos playing cornhole on, I think that's what it is, cornhole on Monday Night Raw, a week after they had that classic on Monday Night Raw, to the Uzi Haunt and the Shaving My Back, to anything else that happens on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. The tag team division is a joke. And the fact that you have hardly any tag teams, and half the time you break up tag teams just for the hell of it. A bad joke, not a joke that makes you laugh, one that makes you cringe. Geez, Daniel Bryan is literally speaking to us wrestling fans who want good tag team wrestling. You saw what you saw at Double or Nothing with the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros, even though the false finishes I could do without. Still, one of the best tag team matches of the year. Outside of course, the War Raiders versus the Undisputed Era and the War Raiders versus Aleister Black and Ricochet, but I digress. Brian says Rowan has a joke. Rowan says knock knock to Braxton, and she says who's there. Rowan says the SmackDown Tag Team Division, and she says the SmackDown Tag Division who? Exactly, says Rowan. Brian goes on about how they have a mission, a purpose, and they will be the greatest tag team in history. And they will continue to save the planet. Brian knocks fans, says those fat humans didn't realize they were eating an intelligent pig named, or while they were shoving hamburgers in their mouth, they didn't realize they were eating a nutritious cow named Wilbur. I like myself some Wilbur. I'm sorry, Brian. I like myself some Wilbur. Brian goes on and says the people of Oklahoma are worse than anybody. I don't know about that. New York is over there. I'm not going there. Brian also knocks Oklahoma for being the leader in fracking and deep oil drilling. I thought that was Ohio, man. We got that going on around here. And says that what causes earthquakes. Brian says that Braxton wants to know about their mission statement. Here it is. Save the tag team division and save the planet because he and Rowan are the planet's tag team champions. Braxton says she's heard that there are some tag teams that want to challenge them. Brian says who, and out comes Heavy Machinery. It's like, wow, Otis and Tucker actually get TV time, and what's the first thing they do when they get in the ring? You have Otis Dozovich, I'm still going to say his name every once in a while, but Otis Dozovich pelvic thrusting in the middle of the ring and, like, shaking his fucking hips. They deserve better than that. Come on. Tucker says Brian and Rowan are a great tag team, and as much as he and Otis love to have fun, it's time for Heavy Machinery to get down to some blue-collar, solid business. Otis says that business is the SmackDown Tag Team titles. Heavy Machinery take off their jackets to prepare for a fight. A referee runs down and enters the ring. Brian laughs at the idea of being challenged by Heavy Machinery, but he accepts. He says they will, but be sorry they made it, and we'll have this match, just not in the fracking state of Oklahoma. Fans boo as Rowan and Brian bring Otis and Tucker try to look on as the music hits. So that's not going to be happening at Super Showdown because Daniel Bryan's not going to Super Showdown. So I have a feeling that's going to be at Stomping Ground. But my question is this just WWE logic? What has Otis and Tucker done to even be warranted a tag team title opportunity? I couldn't fucking tell you because they've been off TV for the majority of the year. Since they've been majority of the year since they've been up on TV. It should be a good if they actually been given time, but I don't see anything really coming from that. SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley backstage warming up for her match with Lacey Evans. We go backstage and see Sonya Deville picks up the new copy of Muscle and Fitness Hers magazine with Mandy Rose on the cover. They walk off and start handing out copies to the magazine to people backstage, including the women's tag team champions, the Idiotics, who that's the only time we see them. They walk up to Ember Moon. She's reading the book Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They mock her and dump a bunch of magazines in her lap and walk off as we go to commercial break. So Ember Moon, whose only thing she's really done this year since she's been back, other than the Women's Battle Royal, was the Money in the Ladder match. She's reading Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which is fine if she wants to do that. That's her thing, but it's like, this is the best she got for her. She's going to be feuding with Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. I would love to see Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. But with the fact that they got to get Charlotte's number up to 17 eventually, she's going to be in the title picture for the rest of the year, and it'll probably be a 12-time champion before the end of the year. Mandy Rose versus Carmella, who gives a shit. Mandy Rose wins after she blocks a super kick to Carmella after she was distracted by Sonya Deville and rolls her up for the 1-2-3. After the match, Rose and Deville celebrate, and we get a replay as Carmella looks onto the ring as Rose and Deville back up the ramp. Camera's cut backstage to Jinder Mahal attacking R-Truth as the referee watches. Truth turns it around and fights Jinder off. We see a large group of superstars chasing him, including Matt Hardy, Drake Maverick, and some of the cruiserweights, and it's like, oh my goodness. It sucks. And Matt Hardy was running around with a V1 shirt on, by the way. He doesn't have his hands taped, but it's like, it sucks that just what was it, 3 weeks ago, Matt Hardy was the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champion with his brother, even though his brother was injured. And now he's running around for the 24/7 Championship. How far Matt Hardy has fallen. Back from break, and we see another pre-recorded cryptic promo for Aleister Black. Black says he gets it. People are simply waiting for him to throw out a name, to pick a fight with somebody, anybody. But there lies our conundrum. Black says he's sitting here waiting patiently for somebody, anybody, to pick a fight with him. So, why don't you pick a fight with somebody? Why not pick a fight with, I don't know, somebody, not the 24/7 champion, nothing to do with the 24/7 championship, please. Have you come out and pick a fight with Finn Balor and Andrade. Reignite that rivalry. Give us something. This guy just sits there and cuts promos, and it's getting kind of boring. We see the Appreciation Night thing. Hamilton gives it to Shane Grand introduction. Shane says Drew came up with an idea of Shane Appreciation Night, and he was hesitant at first because he doesn't see himself as a hero. Shane says he doesn't do what he does for a trophy or a celebration. He enjoys his life, he enjoys being out there in front of fans, and quite frankly, he's really just a humble man. Shane says he came back home to help run the family business, and he's satisfied with looking out and seeing smiles on faces. Shane says they have a little something here to ensure that when SmackDown goes off the air, there will be smiles on your faces, whether you're here live or watching at home. Shane calls for a video to be played, and it shows highlights from his WWE career. Shane, there's nothing that you can do, there's nothing that WWE can do outside of NXT that will put a smile on my face. You guys have burned way too much on the main roster that I'm not smiling for anything. I smiled when Double Night was over and I saw Jon Moxley hitting the dirty deeds on Chris Jericho, Kenny Omega, and the referee. I was smiling when the Young Bucks had that match with the Lucha Bros. I was smiling when Cody and Dustin went to war with each other in a bloodbath. I'm not smiling after what I saw last night on Monday Night Raw. I'm not smiling what I saw on SmackDown Live tonight. You gotta do better than this. Shane gives props to the production team and name drops Kevin Dunn. Some fans actually boo. And Shane says there's no reason to boo Dunn. Really? Ooh, Kevin Dunn, the guy who was actually in Vince McMahon's ear, and a lot of the reasons a lot of men buried on Smack from the NXT is because of Kevin Dunn is in Vince's ear, saying, Vince, you didn't create them. They're not your creations. You can destroy them and make them your own. Kevin Dunn is a lot, and here's the thing. We don't hate on Vince, and Vince deserves every portion of it. Kevin Dunn is a lot of the reason why there's a lot wrong in WWE, because he's Vince's right-hand man. He is the guy Vince takes all his feedback from. It would not surprise me half the shit you see on SmackDown Live and Monday comes from not Vince McMahon, but Kevin Dunn. Shane, let's see here. Shane mentions Roman and how he beat down Lance on last night's Raw. Shane says Reigns thinks he's the big dog and can go around he wants, but that's not the case. Shane says WWE has been putting food on the tables of Reigns' family for years. Roman goes on and says he's going to beat some respect in the Reigns and Super Showdown. Elias says Shane's speech was powerful, very nice. Elias says he wrote Shane a song for his special night. He begins performing the song, which praises Shane at his best in the world, and out comes R-Truth from the crowd. Drake Maverick is right behind him with the referee. Truth drops Drake in the ring and causes him to pin to retain the title. Truth starts celebrating as his music plays. Shane, Elias, and McIntyre stare Truth down. Shane can't believe what just happened. The triple team attack Truth. Shane and Elias launch Truth into a Claymore kick, but from McIntyre, Elias covers for the 1-2-3 and becomes the new 24/7 champion. So basically, what you're telling us is that Elias is a jobber and a loser. We all knew that, but this is just confirmation. After the pin, Elias raises the title and poses with it as his music hits. A referee checks on Truth. Shane says Truth just gave him an idea. Shane announced Elias and McIntyre versus whatever's left of Truth. And gee, let me think of something. Roman Reigns. Of course, you have to have Roman in the main event. Shane says he's suspending the 24/7 rule for now because he needs Elias to focus on the match. No one can attack Elias until the match is over. Shane wishes good luck to Truth and raises Elias' arm with the title in the air. Kayla Braxton is backstage with Lacey Evans, who came over from Raw Wildcard Rule. Charlotte Flair is with her, and it's tea time with the two of them as they run down women's champions Raw, like the women's champions for Raw and SmackDown, Bayley and Becky Lynch. Evans says she's about to send Bayley back to where she belongs. Evans and Flair toast each other and sip their tea to end the segment. So you can't do tea time with your friend Becky Lynch anymore, so you go and find a new friend, your twin, Lacey Evans. Oh, and then we have Bayley versus Lacey Evans. This match was piss poor, and it's not because of Bayley. Lacey Evans is green as grass. Now, I'm not going to say Lacey Evans can't be decent or great in the ring, but she's up on the main roster way too early. She needed another year in NXT. She wasn't even in the upper echelon of NXT talent when they brought her up. She was in the middle spot where she puts people over or she beats lower tier talent. She wasn't even in contention for the women's championship down there. Why you bring her up? Why would you bring her up and take her away from being able to hone her craft? That'd be like having a basketball player, a high school basketball player, a college basketball player who is mediocre at best, or that's like taking a high school basketball player who's in his freshman year and putting him in the NBA. He's not there yet. Or having a baseball player who just came out of high school and putting him in the game in the World Series because you can. No, it's not. They're not ready there. She's not ready for this. I said this about Nia Jax years ago. When 2016 came around, they brought Nia Jax up. She wasn't ready. Lars Sullivan isn't ready. By the way, Lars Sullivan is facing off against Lindsay Dorado, Lindsay Dorado, Kalisto, and somebody who's supposed to look like Grand Metalik, but they used somebody else in the graphic because that wasn't Grand Metalik. But the Lucha House Party is taking on Lars Sullivan at Super Showdown. You want to know something? I don't care, and nobody else is going to care. After the match, the way this ended though, Charlotte Flair, Bayley tosses Evans in the ring and turns and attacks Flair. Flair chases her back into the ring, but stopped by the ref. This leads to Evans rolling up Bayley in the ring for a close 2 count. Bayley comes right back, rolls her up with a schoolboy, and then fucking flips and rolls on, lays onto, has her back on the top of Lacey Evans' legs for the 1-2-3. After the match, Bayley retreats in the title. As Flair hits the ring, Flair talks trash with Bayley, races the title from ringside. We go to replays. Evans comes from behind, attacks Flair, beating her down. Flair levels Evans with a big boot. Bayley watches from the ringside and smiles. He's like, I think she has some laughing going on too. Flair talks some more trash and goes for Evans again as referee gets between them. Bayley laughs from the ramp as her music starts back up. The Undertaker has been announced for next week's Raw. What did you? Gotta keep them ratings up, don't you, Vince? By the way, is Lacey Evans a babyface now? What is going on there? Like, is that supposed to be like a babyface turn to her or what? Because I don't know. Video package for Randy Orton versus Triple H, what we saw last Tuesday and we saw last night. So give it a fucking rest already. We don't need to see it. Sarah Sharp is backstage with Andrade and Zelina Vega asking about the Super Showdown match against the Demon King Finn Balor for the Intercontinental title. Sarah shows us work last week backstage from Balor. Andrade says Balor will find his true demon. He steps up to Andrade. Andrade could not speak a lick of English 2 months ago. This dude sounds like he's been speaking English for years. This guy's speech is like, his English is fucking phenomenal now. The dude sounded like he was confident. What is nice is that he speaks English so proficiently now that you don't have him speak English at all anymore. That is what Zelina's for. He can speak English. It's proven that he can speak English, and he does it fucking well. But you know he can speak English. What do you do now? Oh, you have him be like, well, I don't need to speak English. I can speak it, but that's what my manager's for. Drew McIntyre and Elias versus Roman Reigns and R-Truth. We go to commercial break. Out comes Roman Reigns for the main event. Back from break. When we see replay of last night's Firefly Funhouse segment, and we see where Bray Wyatt revealed the name for his new Bizarre Masked Persona, The Fiend. He also walked upside down as he closed the segment. We go back in the ring, and Reigns waits for R-Truth to make his way out, selling the attack from earlier. Out comes Elias and Drew McIntyre to attack him from behind. Shane is with them. Reigns comes to the ramp, makes the save for the Truth. Reigns sends Drew into the ring post. Reigns rocks Elias into the barrier. This was pretty straightforward. Typical. Roman started the match off so Truth can recover. After Truth recovers, he tags in. Truth takes the heat for the rest of the match. Roman tags in. Same old shit, different day. Roman ends up spearing Elias and winning. After the match, Roman music hits as he checks on Truth in the corner. Roman hits another spear on Elias. After the match, Truth he signals to Truth, come on, man, get this guy. Truth goes over, crawls over, 1, 2, 3. Your new and two-time 24/7 champion, R-Truth. He stands tall and raises his arm in the air as Truth's music hits. Shane and McIntyre look on from stage, talking trash as Reigns looks out with Truth from the ring. SmackDown goes off the air with Truth and Reigns standing tall. So, SmackDown Live. It's nice. The fact that SmackDown Live is 2 hours is way better than anything Monday Night Raw can do. This was a pretty decent show. Was it a good show? Was it a great show? No. Was it a bad show? No. It's just, I could do without the Shane McMahon promos. I mean, Shane McMahon as a heel just doesn't work for me anymore. I think it's time to have him do something else. Because he beat The Miz twice by flukes, by getting his shoulder somehow over the top of Miz at WrestleMania, and then Miz grabbing Shane's shirt and Shane falling out to win at Money in the Bank. What else can you do if this guy's getting built up to beat Roman Reigns? For Roman to beat him. Who's gonna fucking care? It's happening at Super Showdown. The WWE title and the Universal title are not changing hands. The Intercontinental title is not changing hands. That's why they're going with the Demon. Which I'm surprised they were going to go for the Demon because they're going to Saudi Arabia, but that's neither here nor there. Saudi Arabia, don't give a shit. It's not something I'm going to care about. NXT TakeOver 25 is this Saturday. We'll be here for that. Stomping Grounds is the end of next month. It's actually 6 days before Fyter Fest for AEW. That I still don't know if it's going to be a pay-per-view or not. But hit that subscribe button, comment down below, like or dislike this video. Find me on Twitter and Twitch at The France Club. Find me on Twitch. Hit that, yeah. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for NXT, where we will be 2 days or 3 days away from NXT TakeOver 25. I cannot wait. I will see you guys then. But I'm getting out of here. You guys have a good one.